While different artists have different art styles, there are things which I adore when I see them. For example, especially in cartoons, it's not unusual for a character to wear the same set of clothes for a longer amount of time. That's why I enjoy seeing characters changing their outfits more often, especially if the outfits still fit the character's style. An example would be Nana, where the two protagonists may share the same name, but they don't share the same styles and fashion. They each wear unique sets of clothing which fit their character, and they even change their clothing on the regular. I really enjoyed anticipating what kind of clothing they would decide to wear next. And if we're already talking about styles and designs, I should mention another art style choice which I like, which is... Since I've encountered a lot of good stories which still suffer from the same face syndrome, I will always appreciate when an artist goes out of their way to try to create characters with unique faces and various body shapes. In my opinion, the excuse of drawing other body types does not fit my style is just lazy. Most of the times, the people just don't want to go out of their comfort zone, or they prefer drawing characters which appeal to them, which is understandable, and since no one can force those artists to branch out, I will always prefer an artist who actually tries something different with their art style, which might even make it more recognizable, even if it looks a bit weird at the beginning. And if we're already talking about being recognizable, I can mention my third point. When a story features different factions or sides, I like it when visual cues are used to show the faction each character is part of. It's especially common with stories about schools or fantasy settings to use clothing, colors, or accessories to show to which faction the characters belong to. Examples where characters wear clothing showing the faction they belong to would be The Owl House, My Hero Academia, or Harry Potter. The clothing either shows to which school the students belong to or to which faction within the school the student is set under. Another example would be from the Witcher series, where you follow Geralt from Rivia, or his correct name Geralt Rivi, on his adventures. While meeting various people and creatures, he gets recognized for being a Witcher by the typical traits of his white hair, yellow eyes with slit pupils, and wearing two swords around. But I don't just like it when the characters are the ones who have different ways of differentiating between each other. I also like it when artists have... I love it when a series has a second art style, especially if it fits the show's purpose. For example, Blue Lock with its chibi icons which reduce characters to their most basic and recognizable features. While it's a simpler art style, you're still able to recognize which character you're looking at. But I also like to see when a series goes into the opposite direction with its art style and goes more into the details. In Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt, the two main characters have a transformation sequence where their rough cartoony style changes into a more typical anime art style. Seeing how characters would look like in another art style will never stop being cool to me. Talking about seeing how characters would look like in different styles, there's another way through which characters can look different, and that's through... Now, this last trope is something that hits a bit closer to home for me, since, as you've noticed, my hair is split brown blonde colored. And yes, it's actually that color in real life as well. And while I enjoy seeing characters with colored hair, I appreciate them even more when the author makes it clear that their character's hair is indeed colored and not a rainbow color by nature. An example would be from You and I Are Polar Opposites, where the protagonist, Miyu Suzuki, has bright pink hair. But through a flashback to when she was younger, we notice that her actual hair color is a darkish brown. This means that this girl is either coloring her hair pink, or her hair color naturally changed into pink through anime logic. I assume it's the first option though. I also enjoy watching a character go through changes with their hair, like choosing to change their hair color, letting their roots grow out, or deciding to color their hair back to a more basic color. An example I enjoy is with Ramona Flowers from the animated series Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, as she doesn't just changes her hair color every episode, but we also get to see how she changes it. No idea how her hair survives getting bleached more than twice though. Now, these were my 5 favorite art style choices and tropes. This list is entirely my own opinion, so if you don't agree with something, then please don't feel bad. This list isn't meant to tell you what kind of art style tropes you should be using in your story. And I mean, it would be boring if we all like the same things, right? You've reached my outro. Thank you so much for staying till the end. The comic page you've been watching me finish is from my webcomic Shipstruck. If you're interested, then please consider checking it out on Webtoon, Tapas, or Comic Fury. I'm posting 2 pages on Tuesday and Friday each. And with that, thanks for watching. My name is Fox Vlogs, and I hope to see you next time.